Hi. So, for the people out there that have kids, you know, when they're in school or they have field trips and stuff coming up, they sometimes want to take their lunch. Well, with my kids, they want Lunchables, and Lunchables can get kind of expensive depending on the kind that you get. My kids usually want the ones that have the treat and the drink, so that's anywhere from $3 to $4. When you have 3 kids, that really adds up $9 to $12 just for 3 lunches. It's a lot of money. So today, I'm going to show you guys how to make homemade Lunchables. It saves you time and money, and you can make quite a few with less amount of money than what it would cost if you were to buy just 3 name brand. So what you need are, you need a cutting board and a knife, and you need a Tupperware container with a lid, and we are going to use our sandwich container. I just picked this up at the dollar store. See? It's shaped like a sandwich, but that's what we use. So you're going to open your container, and you want to have some cupcake papers. We like these because then everything kind of stays kind of nice and neat in the container and it fits. So you want 4 cupcake papers, and then you're going to need 6 to 8 crackers per lunch, depending on how much your kid eats. I have 3 growing boys. They eat a lot. You're also going to need some type of sliced lunch meat. We use 2 to 3 slices depending on how many lunches we have. And our choice of lunch meat is bologna because my kids love bologna and it's cheap. Also, you're going to need cheese slices. Again, we use 2 to 3 depending on how many lunches we're going to make. They need to have some type of sweet treat. We use fruit snacks because our kids like fruit snacks and we don't want to give them a lot of candy, especially if we're sending them to school. And some type of packable drink because you want to make sure it's not going to spill, and you want to make sure that it's something that the kids can easily open. And my kids are in grade school, so we always get the pouch drinks that have the straws. And I'm on purposely not showing you the name because I'm not sure if we're able to do that. So first things first, make sure you wash your hands. I've already washed my hands. But we use bologna. So bologna has the plastic rim. And so you want to make sure that you remove those because you definitely don't want your children eating the plastic on the bologna. I don't think it would taste very well. So we just do that. And we get the normal sliced bologna. Some people use the thick, which I normally use thick sliced bologna, but they just were out at the store. So we use the regular thin. And you want to make sure that your bologna is lined up. You don't want it sticking out because you want even cuts. And so I make 2 cuts this way. And then it just depends on how much edges you want. Bologna's kind of slick, so I'm going to just turn my tray here. My kids like little pieces, so I do 2 cuts the other way as well, which gives me 9 pieces of bologna. And then with your cheese, I use the cheese, it's a deli style sliced cheese, so it doesn't come, each slice is not wrapped individually, which I think is really great because it's less plastic. But if you have to use sliced cheese that is wrapped individually, make sure you unwrap them, of course. And again, you're just going to make 2 slices. And some of it's a little bit small, but my kids like to make sandwiches out of their Lunchables. So then I'm going to turn it again, and then we're going to do the cuts. Okay. Those ones came out a little bit smaller. The cuts were a little uneven. And then you want to take your crackers. We use a certain brand, but this will work well with, you can use saltines, My kids like the Ritz type crackers, which is what we try to use. They like the butter flavor, which gives it a nice taste. I couldn't find my scissors. If you have scissors and you can't open your cracker deal, I guess scissors could be another thing that you need. So then what you do is you're going to grab your papers, and make sure with these they stick, so you want to make sure you're not getting too many. And it looks a little crowded, but it's not so bad. It's just paper. And you can use a regular Tupperware square too, and they should work fine in that too. My kids like to take these. I don't normally... Okay, so then you're going to count out your crackers. We're only going to use 6 today, but depending on which child I pack it for, I have to use more. So we're going to use 6, and then you come over here and you just take, that's 3. One of my children don't like the end pieces, so we try to make sure we get the middle ones for him. So that's 6 pieces, and then 3 and 3, and we put them in there like that. And then my kids like the fruit snacks, so we use fruit snacks instead of candy, as I stated before, which these fruit snacks, they get a good amount of fruit snacks. And you just put them in there, and you close up the lid, and it fits perfectly in here. So now instead of having to make separate containers work in a lunchbox, my kids have small lunchboxes. Now they have a homemade Lunchable inside of a sandwich container. It's very convenient. And then you just take your drink, you put it on top, and then put it in your bag or your lunchbox or whatever. This also works great if you want to do other lunch meats. Some people like to do vegetables like tomatoes or cucumbers and stuff. You can do all of that. So you can kind of switch it up with different ingredients, but it works out great, and that way you're saving money and time. But this will make 6 to 9 meals, sometimes even more than that. So it's a money saver. And you just want to make sure that you put it in the fridge overnight, let it cool really good, and then it's just ready to go in the morning when you grab it. And that is how you make a homemade Lunchable. Alright, thanks guys.